Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's having a great morning so far. I had some tech issues this morning for whatever reason. And also, for whatever reason, when I am directly connected via Ethernet, I get a lot of dropped frames on the live. Not sure why. I have a better Wi-Fi connection that kind of doesn't make sense, but whatever. So we're here. I actually am not flat, except on my well, the Rhythmic account is flat, but the TradeOvate account is not. And I just got a phone call. Good morning. I literally just started. Oh yeah, you good. Let's Good morning, Applejacks. Good morning. Uh, y- you're not finna do that to me this morning. No, sir. Period. Because that's what you're not gonna do. Good morning, Trenches. How are you guys this morning? How's trading so far? I gotta tell y'all what happened to me this morning. I'm about to tell y'all in a second. That's not what I signed up for. I'm confused. Not so much. Oh, yeah, that, yes. Ye- mm, yes. Yes, precisely. Wait, what? No, I didn't sign that on the dotted line. Hi, Janelle. Good morning. Not Sneaky Link Live. Janelle, not this morning. She's talking about Sneaky Link Live. Janelle. Oh, I'm weak. I am weak. I love you too, baby. Okay. If you have time on your break or something, give me a call, please. Why are you laughing? Why is you laughing? Uh, I've been having a whole conversation with myself this whole time. Good morning, new trader. Yeah, I'm definitely talking to y'all muted. We missed the whole stream yesterday. Here he come blocking. I'm weak. Okay, can y'all hear me now? I just went and told y'all a whole story about what happened to me this morning. And y'all heard none of it. And right now I'm confused because y'all see I just took this sale right here. I just took that sale right there, and for whatever reason, my PA only gained 26 bucks. Like so I have it on orders mode where, you know, my followers have their own orders, but it's supposed to have the correct orders. So I don't really understand. Golly. This is so annoying. I've been having tech issues all morning. All fucking morning. I don't understand. Let me look at the trade performance tab real quick. All right, and then I'm gonna go back and tell you guys again what I did this morning or what happened to me this morning. 11:25. Yeah, that's very stupid. For whatever reason, my PA got out at 409.75 even though the TP was 7.0. Why would it do that? Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you guys what happened to me again since I talked to myself the first time. So I got into a sale this morning, way back here somewhere. Let's see, it was before noon. Okay, so I got into this divergent sale right here this morning on my TradeAvate account. Okay, it went through just fine. However, I had an error that popped up on Rhythmic, so I ended up having to use the sell click. It wasn't a close bar order because I missed it. So I used the sell click. It got in on TradeAvate, but then the Rhythmic account gave me some kind of error, like the stop order is above market price or whatever the case may be. Cool. Once I got out of the trade, once it took profit, my whole chart froze, and I think my entry was showing an orange order or whatever. So at that point, I go into the log. At that point, I go into the log and all right, this is what the log looked like. Now, you see where my gray is starting, right? I'm going to show you guys how much of a chart rendering problem it was. I am still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. Now it stops, and it stops because I just completely exit out of NinjaTrader. So I'm gonna have to hit Joel up, who owns Affordable Indicators, which is the chart trader that I use to enter, because I know it's a chart trader. I know it's that chart trader. Now NinjaTrader can give you a DirectX error, like let's say I do this and do this, it'll give me that error in the log. However, it'll just put one little line, maybe two, not what you just saw in my log. So once I saw that, like I said, I had already had to exit out of NinjaTrader because my entry chart was frozen. So at that point, I logged back into NinjaTrader, and when I did, and I looked in my account tab in the control center, it was showing as if I never took a trade in the TradeAvate account at all. Like it was showing $0. So I'm like confused, like, okay, well, did I get into the trade or did I not? So at that point, I disconnect from the TradeAvate feed in NinjaTrader and I logged into TradeAvate online. Oh, this was the other thing. So it was showing zeroed out in my accounts tab, but then in the accounts dashboard, that screen that I show y'all that shows my drawdown and everything, in that screen, it was showing like that I was $0 from no, it was showing that I was $51,000 away from reaching the profit target in the account, like as if I completely zeroed out my account. So I knew that that was an error. So that's why I disconnected from Tradeovate. I logged into Tradeovate online and it's showing that no, you took the trade. So now I'm super confused because why is there errors in NinjaTrader at this point? So I was about to reconnect to the Tradeovate connection in NinjaTrader, but I remember what happened to me last time I did that. So I first went into Rhythmic and turned my PA into auto liquidate. Enable auto liquidate, as in it cannot take trades. Because I remember last time I reconnected to Tradeovate, I was immediately put into a trade on my Rhythmic account. So I enable auto liquidation. I reconnect to Tradeovate, and the first thing that pops up on my screen is an error showing that it was attempting to put me into a trade on my PA, but because auto liquidation is on, it wouldn't put me in. I don't know what it is with NinjaTrader and why when you reconnect to a Tradeovate connection, it automatically puts you into a trade in Rhythmic. I have no idea, but I'm glad that I thought about what happened to me last time. So after I reconnected to Tradeovate, then everything started showing properly. So I don't know what the hell happened, but that's something that I'm going to always have to remember. If I'm disconnecting and reconnecting, I have to enable auto liquidation on Rhythmic. The Apex mod, the Mad Catter, he said that it has something to do with, I forget the correct term for it, but it's whatever the Rhythmic connection is. He said that there's errors all up and through it because he was the one who used to always report, like, he would disconnect from Rhythmic and reconnect, and all of a sudden he got put in a loop of like 300 orders just back to back to back, like in seconds. And actually not even orders, executions. So there was literally nothing he could do really to stop the loop. So I don't know what's up with that. But I still have to figure out how Nutty is able to show his accounts dashboard. If you guys like, Nutty uses this same screen. He might have different things on there, but he uses the same product, and he always has his up in the right hand corner of his stream. But when I try to capture this window in my OBS, it doesn't capture. So I need to ask him how he does that, because I want to do that too. I'm gonna have to, since I'm using Tradeovate now. All right, I'm just waiting for the market to get to a place where I can actually trade it. But yeah, I probably missed some trades in the process of like my chart freezing and me reconnecting and doing all of that stuff to get everything back. I'm pretty sure I missed trades. But aside from that, I think that's really it. I don't think I missed any. I know like this one was one that I just didn't take because I'm still trying to figure out if I want to take those divergences. It's essentially traps. Yeah, it's essentially traps. But it's a specific trap that I'm looking for. I can't find it. All right, we're still not at a place yet where I could trade. What time was it? Oh, 8:49. I really just really until we break above this zone or like below here, I can't really take trades at the moment. Well, I could take a divergence trade if we pull back to 403.25. No, not really, because by the time we pull back there, we would be above the rotation level, which is where I would have to break even. Definitely some coding issues. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that crap. But I would have been pissed off if I was put into the orders on my PA, because what the hell? Y'all ever dealt with people at work who kind of take over? Ain't nothing for me to do because she keep doing I'm usually that person. Only because it's like I just be wanting to get stuff done. I was that person that would get the majority of my work done in the beginning of the shift so I could chill once everybody went to sleep. Besides like stuff that you have to do after midnight, like checking the refrigerator temps, you know, doing checks of the AccuCheck, the glucose machines, you know, stuff like that. But aside from that, like I wanted to get everything done so that I could chill for the next 8 hours, 9 hours. Then we wake everybody up, take vitals, give meds, take weights, whatever, if we have to do that. And all right, we out of here. It's time to give report again. All right, let's see if we stay below here, which hopefully we do. And I would really just be looking for the next pullback. I wouldn't take a buy going back towards this resistance level there. So I just want the next pullback, and I have to look 614. All right. Hopefully this next trade isn't weird on my PA, because I don't understand how it took profit for $26. So we will see. All right, this is definitely a trade that's not going to be valid. The delta of this bar up is 166, so only way would be if we kind of pulled back in this area up here, which it doesn't look like it wants to do. I like those people. You're just like, do my work shit. I used to be like that, but it's pointless to me now. Never take anybody else's work. That's ridiculous. Don't help that this place is on. Yeah, like if it's something that all of us could do, sometimes I just do it, because if I'm close to the end of my shift and I realize something's not done and I could have done it, but I expected somebody else to do it, or I thought somebody else would do it, now I'm mad because I could have gotten out a lot quicker if I would have just done it myself. But yeah, I definitely don't do other people's work. Fuck that. No, no, no. All right, just waiting for the next pullback. And this would have, oh wait, we can't, it's a weak level. I was actually looking at like fib retracements on these Renko charts, and they work out pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna work. I was looking at like if we wicked off of the 61.8, like it's legit something that I could just possibly do on its own. All right, I can't take that. So like here, you draw from the rotation to the prime low. The entry bar wicked off of the 61.8. Boom, you drop. I was literally looking at that like 2 days ago, because it could be something where like, okay, it doesn't follow my regular rules. However, because it's a wick off the 61.8, still enter the trade, like that kind of thing. So yeah, that was something that I was looking at. Just gonna freeze my chart. Let me not do that. Actually, I'll do it over here. And the cool thing is, the cool thing is that, all right, I was just trying to make sure it was showing all of the charts. This zigzag indicator actually has an auto fib tool where it'll literally just paint the fib for you. So I wouldn't have to actually draw it every single time. All right, we got news coming in a minute, so I'm gonna stop trading until 9:31. But yeah, that was definitely something that I was looking at. Let's see, where does it start? Over there. I wanted to see what it looks like on a time-based chart. And see on, well, at least on this 15-second chart, that doesn't look like, well, yes it, well, no, not really. Because on a 15-second chart, you wouldn't start your fib there, you would start it up here. But on the Renkos, that's not where the starting point is. All right, now we wait. I went on lunch the other day, came back, and Shorty just hijacked my document. Oh. See, stuff like that, because what if you do this wrong? Wait, who is this? Y'all, my mama is living her good life right now. Honey. She riding camels in the desert. Uh-oh. My mom's on the back. Just living her good little life. Now let me tell y'all something. So this is my mom over here. So her leg has been bothering her for some weeks now, and it's mainly because she works at a desk and she doesn't move. It's literally that simple. So before she left, she went to the doctor and like got some muscle relaxers or whatever, because I was like, Mom, the way you looking, I don't think you should be going to Dubai for real, if we being honest. And she like, girl, I'm going on my trip. So when I saw that picture of them jumping, just like a parent, I said, and when you get back, you better not be complaining about your leg hurting, because I'm going to tell you, your leg wasn't hurting when you was jumping in the desert in Dubai. My auntie, I said this in the family chat, my auntie said, girl, you is crazy. I said, I'm going to show her the picture. I'm going to be like, was your leg hurting then? She been having fun. Haven't seen much Renko bars. That's cool. Hi, good morning, trading NQ futures. Renko bars are my favorite. I do not like time-based charts at all. Even though I was profitable intraday swing trading on them, I don't like them. I prefer Renkos for sure. But because there's not a whole lot of information about Renkos out there, it's taken me these last 9 months to kind of develop my own strategy for it. And it has evolved over time. Yeah, you got to be a parent with them. I don't want to hear nothing. Did it hurt then? Tell your mama, my stomach hurt. I can't go to school. Was your stomach hurting when you was at basketball practice earlier? Like, girl, what that got to do with anything? Oh my goodness. Why is, oh, let me put it down there, or let's put it right here. Oh, we do have one more news event though. 10:15. and it's medium impact news. So I'm gonna set my alarm for 10:10 because for whatever reason the news is still not. It's so sometimey. I can't talk on that freaking indicator. All right, so 10:10. So I know to stop trading then. All right. So I'm looking for the next pullback here. If I was to ever go back to time-based charts though, I would definitely go back to 15-second chart. Get in on the pullbacks and just go about my business. The 15-second chart is just so easy to trade. Wait, what's that? 1.9. Damn it. It's a weak level here, so no sell. The pullback is too weak. But yeah, my mom has been doing a lot on her trip. So I'll tell y'all some of the stuff they've been doing. So the first day, wait, let me see if I'm gonna, oh, 99, heck no. We're not gonna have enough delta in this bar, but we'll see. I highly doubt it though. Trade probably might still work out because it has the support of that resistance level, but it's not a valid trade. All right, so anyway, the first day they went to the beach with yachts. Oh, hold on, mom. 41. Oh, there's not enough volume in this swing yet. By the time it gets enough volume, we probably are going to be switching to an uptrend. Probably break here. So there's like 2,000 volume in this swing, and in order for this type of divergence to be valid, this swing has to be more than this swing. And this is only like 1.5K right now. So anyway, beach with yachts, art gallery with lions, like lion statues. They went to the mosque, the Dubai Mall with a huge fish tank that was, she said, was beautiful. And they went to At the Top, which is a tower with 127 or so floors. And she showed us a view from 123 floors. And she was like, yeah, no heights for me. And then Tuesday is when they went on the camel ride. They did ATV riding, they did sand surfing, and they had dinner with belly dancers. Yesterday she took a break and didn't go anywhere. She said they were going to the mosque, but it was an hour and a half each way, and she said the mosque is like too many rules, so she didn't feel comfortable like going and everything. And I'm glad, because I told her I'm not getting her out of jail in Dubai. I'm just not doing it. So yeah, 20. All right, there's the bias change. But yeah, I think she said that she wanted to take today off too, just because her leg is bothering her. But she gets back tomorrow. Thoughts on Renko bars compared to Heikinashi? So I used to trade Heikin-Ashi candles as well. My only issue with Heikin-Ashi is, you know, the opens and closes are fake. However, I think that if you use Heikin-Ashi candles, Heikin-Ashi is best to filter out the noise of, these being green candles. I'm pretty sure they would still be red on Heikin-Ashi. So as long as with Heikin-Ashi you have the Heikin-Ashi candles next to the regular time based candle, I think that you're fine. Because I used to use Heikin-Ashi as well, and I loved it. Part of my intraday swing trading did have to do with using Heikin-Ashi for like confirmation of the trend, and then I would just, obviously enter on the regular time-based chart. So I don't have a problem with Heikin-Ashi. I think that if you can find Renko settings that work for what you're trying to do, I think Renkos are superior to all, only because it is the most price-based bar you can have. And when people talk about price action, like, time is irrelevant, you know what I mean? So, and it's not to say that people have strategies that work, right? But if I want to trade price action, I want to trade a price-based bar, not a time-based bar, for me personally. And that's only because, like, yeah, it's easy right here to see, like, okay, clearly this is a higher low, clearly this is a higher low, right? Some people would consider this a higher low as well, but then other people would say, no, there was only one red bar, so that's not really a real pullback. You get what I'm saying? For me, I need consistency across the board. If I had 12 people look at this chart over here, everybody can see that this is a higher low and this is a higher low as well, because on Renkos, there's nothing left for interpretation. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, people use all different kinds of settings. I know people who use like a threshold of 3, of 5, like there's just so many different settings. For me, I found that a threshold of 1, meaning that every tick in this direction closes a bar. I mean, yeah, on Renkos you have a fake open, because only this bar, like the bars have fake opens, yes, but they have real closes, and that's what matters most. But I like the threshold of 1 tick because it's literally exactly what's painting in the market. But I have used other Renko settings in the past and they worked out just fine as well. But for what I'm trying to do, I think that this setting works pretty good. Like, I know Ninja, a lot of their examples, when you look at their indicators and stuff, you'll see that the majority of their examples, they use like a 12 and 4 chart on the Nasdaq. I just don't like that particular chart myself, but it works for some people. But for me, since I only want 18 ticks out of the market. Take my 4.5 points and run. I don't really care what happens beyond that. As long as my 4.5 points go in my direction, I'm cool. So because of that, I have a 16 tick brick size. I think the most important thing with Renkos is that you choose a brick size that is comparable to what, like, the number of ticks in a point on whatever instrument you're using. So, 4 ticks to a point on the Nasdaq, you want your brick size to be a multiple of 4, because my opinion, because, like, let's say that I use a brick size of 10, well, that means that a bar closes at 2.5 points. That's kind of like just a weird number, kind of, to me. So I just use a multiple of 4. So like on, let's say, crude oil or gold, I use a brick size of a multiple of 10 because of how the ticks work there. So it's just a matter of figuring out what you like. Like, I know some people who use a 40 tick brick size on the Nasdaq because they want to go for 10 points at a time. Makes sense. I'm through with this market. He got court today. Ay. Listen, Let me tell y'all something, because I think I was muted when I was talking about yesterday's jury duty. First of all, I low key, high key, low key got into it with the older black lady that was there because, first of all, if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. She could see how visibly frustrated I was because I told y'all last week, I am sick of the irrelevant, inappropriate questions that are nothing more than prying, that have nothing to do with what you need to know to make your decision. Like, stop asking that stuff. So after the first case, she was like, can I say something? This reminds me of a time when I was trying to teach my daughter math, and I was so frustrated because, my daughter wasn't understanding, but I understood. And I was frustrated because she wasn't understanding. But I had to remind myself that I'm the one teaching her. So I want everybody to remember that not everybody understands in the way that you do. So we might ask questions. I looked at her, y'all. I immediately, my heart started racing. My feet started tapping because I'm in the process of processing that I'm in a professional environment and I can't just go off. Because first of all, lady, apples to oranges, whatever. But number two, directly speak to me if you're talking about me. I know she was talking about me because, yes, I've been visibly frustrated since the first week. Rightfully so. Because if the first and second week we only heard 20 something cases, and starting next week we're going to hear 40 plus, but we barely got through 20 yesterday. Our lunch didn't start till 12:37 instead of 12 o'clock because of y'all delaying the process with stupid questions, bro. Like, I don't care what anybody say. There are questions that are stupid. If you look up in the sky and say, hey, Keamber, is that sky blue? Stupid question. Stupid. Hey, Keamber, is this a higher high even though this indicator says higher high? Stupid question. There is a such thing. So I get up in my very professional, poised way that I did not want to maintain. And I went and talked to the secretary. I said, hey, if we need a permanent excusal, we feel like we can't do this anymore, who do we talk to? Because I told y'all last week I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this. So she was like, well, gotta talk to the lawyer and see what he says. I'm like, okay, cool. So he pulls me out, goes to talk to me, and I tell him, what's going on, why I'm because he was like, is it the cases? Is it like all the details? Do you just feel like you can't, you go home and you can't sleep at night because you're having nightmares? I said, baby, that is the last thing that is on my mind. I told him, I said, I have dealt with a lot just in my personal life, but also in my professional life as well. Like, I worked for the state psych hospital. I dealt with the unalivers and the child touchers and everything else you could possibly think of. And in the process of taking care of them, I've had to read the heinous things that they've done, even though most of them were completely psychotic, but still the crime was committed. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's the last thing on my mind. I said, my problem is, and maybe this is because I'm younger, like, I'm 34. The next youngest is probably like in her 40s. Pretty sure she's in her 40s. If she ain't in her 40s, baby. But the majority of them are probably, there's another lady that's probably like in her 50s, but the majority of them are probably in their 60s, right? So I'm like, I get that I'm younger. I can probably listen a lot better. I can pick up on details a lot better. However, some of the questions they're asking, if you would simply just take notes, you wouldn't ask a question that was the first thing that came out of their mouths when they were presenting the case. So I gave him examples. I said the inappropriate questions are what pisses me off the most, because stop asking that. Or the irrelevant questions, stop asking that. If it is not a question where if it is answered, it's going to change your mind about how you vote, don't ask it. Please, I beg of you. 73. My goodness. All right, we got the breakthrough. I highly doubt. No, okay, we did it. So yeah, I was telling him that, and I just told him, I said, it's very frustrating for me because, like, some of the questions is just prying. You don't need to know that. So please stop. And so I told him, about the lady trying to, I guess, do her version of confronting me. I don't know what the hell that was. And I was like, he said, well, did you say something back? I said, in this setting, no. I said, because don't get me wrong, I'm a pretty nice person, but I told him, I said, where I come from, if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. I know he's probably like, huh? And so, yeah, he like asked me if I felt like I could continue on for the rest of the day. I told him, absolutely. I'm not going to walk out in this moment. And, he was like, well, if you need just like an excusal, like you can't come next week, I can make that decision. But a permanent excusal, I'll have to go through the judge. But if it's something you really feel like you can't do, then I have no problem with advocating for you and trying to get the judge to sign off on it. She handpicked you guys. Da, da, da. I'm like, all right, cool. So he was like, just see how the rest of the day goes, blah, blah. So I did. And at some point I did say something. I ain't gonna lie. So after one of the cases, I was like, all right, y'all, look. I said, I think that some people are forgetting why we're here and why we're not here. Our only job is to listen to the evidence. Do we feel like the evidence shows that this defendant, more likely than not, committed this crime? That's it. You are not the jury that sits through the actual trial and determine if they are guilty or not. That's not your job. Some of the questions you guys are asking is completely irrelevant to what your job description is, and it's completely inappropriate. So I started naming off all the different questions down the list. So here comes the black lady again, the black older lady. Well, I mean, because I was like, this is a very black and white. She was like, well, some questions, sometimes people have these certain questions, and, we have to understand that everybody learns differently and everybody processes information differently. And, because I said, and you earlier, I said, when you spoke up about frustration, I know you was talking about me. I mean, next time I would like for you to direct that to my attention. You could direct it so it could be respected. I said, yes, I am visibly frustrated because I am frustrated because of all of you guys' inappropriate and irrelevant questions. Absolutely, I am. I said, I get that everybody has a different level of experience. Everybody has a different level of knowledge and all of these things. I get that. However, some stuff is just inappropriate. And that's when I started naming all these things. So she was like, well, I mean, sometimes people just have questions, and they feel like they have to have this answer to make the decision. Like, there was a couple of times where I had all these questions in my head and I just felt like, ooh, you can't ask that because I'm worried about how other people is going to react off of my question. And she was like, because there is no dumb question. I said, yes, it is. It is. I said, I get everything that you're saying, but some stuff just don't need to be asked. It just don't. It just don't. I said, it's very black and white. She said, black and white for you. I want to say, look, lady, I can't help it that y'all ain't as smart. Black and white for you. But yeah, so then I ended up having a second meeting with the secretary and the lawyer. And I was like, I'm going to try to say, because I actually love the process. But these people, I don't know. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try. So we'll see if I stay. I can't make no guarantees, but we'll see. We will see. 951. I want to see some. Oh, no. 950. 58. 8. All right. I was wondering if it was appropriate for me to take. Where is that trade at? This trade? But you guys see that we pushed off of the sell rotation level. So anytime we do that, there's more volume in this swing than this swing. That means that the buyers have kind of taken over by attempting to push off of the, because remember the rotation level, if we don't trade below it, it's an uptrend basically. But what I've noticed is that if it pushes off too hard, but the POC, the sellers are still in control, I should be able to still take the trade. I just didn't because I've been more so like tracking it, not actually taking those at the moment. So yeah. But yeah, that was kind of like my experience, and I'm trying to stick to it. But people are irritating. Very interesting setup. I like your approach here. This makes a lot of sense. Not enough Renko bar teachers out there had no idea. NQ futures, I know I'm probably late, but I do plan to put out Renko content in the future. I just haven't because I've been so focused on developing my strategy, making things make sense. What I've come to realize is a combination of price action and order flow. Amazing. However, when I started incorporating order flow, I did not do much of a back test, so I've had to use these last like month and some change to just collect the data on a daily basis, and eventually, because I have like 7 different setups, and of course every setup doesn't set up every day. So yeah, I've just been kind of collecting all the data for each setup and just making adjustments to rules as time goes on. It just kind of is what it is. And for me, I don't really care to be able to take every single pullback, you know, as long as the setups that I do take have a very high probability of winning. If 10 other pullbacks set up today and I wasn't able to take it because it wasn't based off of my strategy, I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. I just want the trades that I do take to work out. And for it to be a consistent pattern that no matter if the market is choppy or trending, the trade works out. That's all I care about. I'm still working on being able to take pullbacks going back towards a new session low. And there's a couple other things I'm still working on too, but yeah, I'll be learning and dreaming about Renkos. I don't even trade these. Shut up, Jacks. Cool lawyer. I'm like, you fucking hammer. Who picked all the geriatrics for the grand jury? I don't know. Oh shit, I messed up. I don't know. And the thing is, it's cool to like have such a wide variety of ages and everything. You know, I don't have nothing against older people. However, it's no way that you over there taking notes and you have some of the questions that you have. Like, most of these people don't even take notes. So when they ask questions, I'm like, well, if you just took notes. I don't know. And it's crazy because I have a really bad memory, but I remember the details while they're going. And it's probably because it's kind of like a flash kind of thing, you know? Like, they present the case to you in about 5 minutes. I can remember things for 5 minutes. That's no problem. But yeah. Oh. All right, I can't take that sale. It's just, yeah. It's been a task. It has been a task. And I get along with people very easily. So it's not like for me, it's not even a personality issue. I mean, I guess maybe if you just nosy as hell, because why is you asking some of these questions? But aside from that, like, I get along with people very, very easily. Even though I be telling y'all my stories about how I go off on people sometimes and all that's different, okay? Those people deserved it. in general, I get along with people very well. That's why I have as many very close and best friends as I have. And all of them have been in my life for many, many years. We got a 12-year, 9 years, a 24 years. Like, those are my 4 best friends. And I have other friends that I've been really, really close to in the last 7+ years. So I know how to get along with people, but them people. And then here go the lawyer. He was like, I really just feel like you would be, I want you to stay because just based off of our 2 conversations today, you seem really, really knowledgeable and you are very, very intelligent. And I really think that, other people on the jury can learn from you. You have a lot of experience in different areas that most people would not have experience in. And he was just like, I just really want you to stay and continue being part of this process. I'm like, I'm gonna try. But I'm not gonna lie, like, this process has like made me, I wouldn't say completely regret going into healthcare, but there are times where I'm like, I really should have just went into law. I should have done it. My granny always say, like, I'm the little lawyer of the family. But that's kind of the other reason why I want to stay, because I just really love this part of the process. But I don't know, we'll see. Because it is hard. It is hard hearing some of the questions that you hear. And then the other thing, like I was telling my best friend yesterday, I said, it's nice to know, like, how you hear different things and, it's been years and since whatever crime it is and they still ain't found the person, or they still haven't gone to try, like, just different things like that. The majority of the cases that we hear have recently happened, like recently. So it's nice to know that they try to get these things in the door and get these people off the streets. Very nice to know. But the other part of it is, like, when you hear some of the things that are happening, and remember, like, when you're called to jury duty, you're called in the county that you live in. These crimes are happening in your neighborhoods, in your backyards. And it's like, it's nice to be aware, right? But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to know that this is happening in my backyard. Like, what? It is, yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. And hearing some of this stuff is like, I don't know how anybody trusts anybody. Anybody. Because people do some crazy, heinous things. Crazy. 35. Fuck. I almost got caught in that buy that the POC changed at the last second. Excuse me. I would have gotten caught in this. It was where I wanted it to be at first, but then it changed. Y'all know, once we start pushing highs and lows, I can't trade this stuff because I don't have that stuff down yet as far as the consistent patterns I see. Never be a teacher. Questions can't be stupid. Have no tolerance for those who can't comprehend simple exactly. Yeah, I can't. And like I said, you could tell that part of it is just complete nosiness. Like, and then some of the questions they ask, like, I want to say, I understand that you are not a criminal yourself, so you can't fathom why any criminal would do XYZ. But why are you asking that? They don't know why that criminal did this. And then, like, I know I'm not the only one. And that's what I told the lawyer. I said, I could literally see on the faces of some of the detectives who are the ones, you know, giving the like details of things, and the lawyers who are doing so as well. I could tell that some of the questions are frustrating them because they're looking like, I remember one of them was like, I'm not privy to that information. Like, exactly. Even yesterday, one of the detectives was like, I mean, I wish I could say that I was in his head and can tell you why, but like, I wanted to bust out laughing because my mans, I feel you. AKA, why do you think I know why he did something? I just don't understand. But I did tell him, I said, yo peoples are frustrated too. Trust me. Trust me. I did learn something though. One thing that I did learn is like the difference between first degree and second degree unaliving. I did learn I knew the difference before. However, and this is something that I brought up yesterday, I said, you know, civilians, through like common knowledge of what we might see on TV or like the news when, you know, those kind of events happen, we see first degree as from the term of premeditated, right? But usually when we hear that or we're seeing a news event regarding that and they're talking about premeditation, we think premeditation is, I sat here for 2 weeks planning out how I was going to unalive this person. You have video evidence of me going to the store and buying duct tape and going and doing this and going and doing that. And like all of these things, right? Like we think premeditation is complete, like sit down, sit in it planning. And that, while that might be true, first degree has to do with deliberation. Now, this is in Missouri. I don't know about other states, but in Missouri, they use the word deliberation, which is synonymous with premeditation, but it's not the way that we think of premeditation. Deliberation means, and the statute says, that it's any amount of time where you basically had time to think and stop yourself. There is no time limit. It could be 1 second, it could be 3 months, it could be any amount of time. So essentially, if you are not in immediate danger, I walked outside my house, these people were walking towards me, ambushing me, boom, boom. If you had time to, hey, they were walking away from me, I went and got my gun and I turned around, that's first degree. Immediately. Because you had time to think. And I think that some people don't understand that. So if they get hit with a first degree, it's like, but how? Like, well, because you had that 1 split second to be able to stop yourself. And I didn't know that. Let me see, 7. I want this to go up a little bit more, and I don't want it to be a double top, but it looks like it's gonna do what it wants to do. And the zigzag already attached to it anyway, so we gotta wait. It was crazy. I was shocked to have a murder suicide in my old neighborhood. It was crazy. Very nice couple though. You literally never know. I've only had one situation of that caliber, like in my family, like to the point where, you know, if you see certain things circulating on Facebook or in the news, it's just like, I know it ain't my family member, like that kind of thing. We don't really have very many family members that's been to jail, you know, just stuff like that. That's just what it is. So, a couple of years ago, my cousin, who was 33 at the time, was killed by his wife's nephew. And it was so shocking that the night that it happened, so he killed my cousin and my baby cousin, my cousin's son, who at the time was like a I feel like he was a couple weeks away from being 2, maybe. I don't know. But and he also tried to kill the, at the time, 4-year-old daughter and his own grandmother. The 4-year-old daughter, she lived, I think she's like 8, 9 now. Maybe she's not. So maybe this happened like 5 years ago, something like that. But either way, yeah, that kind of stuff is just so like not what we have come to ever deal with. That when his wife came into the family Facebook group, like my whole family is dead or whatever she said, we were like, is this a joke? Like, are you hacked? And my cousin's sister, which obviously is my cousin as well, but just for context, my cousin's sister was like, no, it's not a joke. Gets to the hospital. That was like the most difficult thing ever to deal with, because my cousin was like one of those people where like nobody hates him. Everybody, he's kind of like my mom, where he's like the life of the party, but super like chill and laid back and low key. Everybody loves him. You will never meet anybody who has anything bad to say about him ever. So it's like, you know that you always hear that like bad things happen to good people, but it's like bad things happen to good people. That was hard, very hard to deal with. Let me see, 45. Highly doubt we get enough delta in this bar, but I'm gonna try. It can't be a trap. And now it's too far anyway. But yeah, that was very hard to deal with. Oh shoot, we got a halt. 10:15 news. Thank you, Vanguard. Thank you, and see you tomorrow. Good luck with your trading session as well. And have a good rest of your day. It's one of the challenging laws in the state of Florida. It appears staying your ground law overlaps first degree. Yeah. And that's why certain laws shouldn't be laws. They just shouldn't. Because you're basically giving people an excuse to play God, essentially. Like, I just feel like, am I disconnected from Rhythmic again? Oh, no. Well, why isn't it up there? Oh, I didn't know it wasn't up there. I thought I saw it flash up there at one point. But yeah, it's like people just don't have regard for human life. And that includes their own, because if you are caught, like, I just don't understand how anything can be so important to you that you would risk your freedom. I just don't get it. I don't get it, personally. I don't, and I won't. And people just act like we can respawn. Too many video games. But going through this process also, you just see how dumb criminals are. Like, some people are just really dumb. Like, ain't no way you did this. And as much as, like, it sucks that technology has completely removed our privacy at this point, it's a bad thing. But then also, it's like some of this technology is just so good. like the fact that so many people, let's say in apartment complexes, have ring cameras that catch different crimes, different businesses and apartment complexes have completely upgraded their security cameras, which it be sometimes, y'all, where I see crimes that happen, you know, and they're getting news coverage, and then they show a still shot from a video like, do you know this person? No, and neither do you, because it's so pixelated and it's so blurry. First of all, if I had a business that I wanted to protect, I am not going to sit here and pay for some cheap cameras that if something happens in my place of business, I have no way of identifying anybody because the camera sucks so bad. Stop being cheap. Like, heck no, we don't know this person. The only thing we could see that they had on a black hoodie. Like, what? But yeah, you just see like how much just a simple ring camera can pick up. And there's other like super elaborated processes that scan the internet for different things, different crimes, and it is crazy. Like, it's crazy what you learn. And that's why I want to continue the process, because that part is nice. And I think that we'll be able to, I heard that the previous grand juries were able to like tour the jail, which I don't really care to do. I mean, basically my state job was a medium security, even though it wasn't set up like jail cells, but it was criminals. But a lot of people were very surprised at how like clean and well taken care of, I guess, that particular jail is. So I think we get to tour that, and we get to tour the crime lab, which that's the part that I want to do. All right, news is in a couple of seconds. Oh, I can't do that right. Oh. He's showing me his entry. Oh, I forgot he's trading gold now. Janelle, my best friend, is in a buy on gold. He's trading Forex though. His entry is at, now I can't tell exactly what the price is, but somewhere above 26.56. Somewhere above that. Like probably 26.60 more than likely. Maybe 58. All right, I got one more minute. I have to sit out of the market. I can restart at 10:17. Where is, oh, is it sitting behind here? It is, okay. There and lock it. What was my last trade? Because I don't think I've sat out of anything, but sometimes I just don't even know until I actually journal. 9/11. I know after that is when we started pushing new lows, so that kind of makes sense, but That's the whole point of scalping, is so I can get, you know, so many trades in a session. And that's why I have to figure out the alternate pullbacks. I have to figure out being able to trade going back to the new highs and lows, because it takes so much out of my session on days like today where I'm not really getting many setups from other stuff. We might consolidate between these two zones. There's a possibility till we break out on either side. A clean jail, prisoners are dying from. Yeah, I heard that, Janelle. That is so, like, how can you work in a place? First of all, where's your humanity? Number one. Number two, how can you work in a place where people that you are taking, like, why would you even want to work in a place like that? Like, I have to take care of this person. I don't want to go in their room or their cell and see that kind of stuff. Like, what? I don't know. Good morning, good molecule, or got molecule. I'm sorry. And thank you. Thank you, thank you. Chester. Ooh, let me find out, Chester. Nice job. Congratulations. GC has been running so holding a buy yourself. I'm about to show you his entry. P.O. box. I do have a P.O. box, actually. I have to find the address for it, because I don't ever use it. And you just reminded me, I need to call them and see if I have anything there, because they'll just let it keep piling up and piling up. I'm gonna get the. He talking about some call him John Wick. Oh, I hate these white backgrounds. I don't know why he trades on a white background. So this is his entry. The buy is there. His CP is all the way up there. But yeah, Janelle, let me find it. I don't ever use it. I know my P.O. box number. But I gotta find the address. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure I know it. Okay, yeah, that is correct. Oh no, I just messed up. All right, hold on. I can't see the chat anymore. I hate when that happens. Docs. Chat. Put it back, please. All right, there we go. Number 196. Did it let me? Oh shoot. I thought it was 3-2. What'd you say the hell for, Apple Checks? It's not about the number of trades, it's about the quality. Absolutely, order flow, and that's all I care about. That's all I care about. But I do know that there are quality trades that I'm missing out on because I haven't been able to identify the order flow pattern that consistently prints wins for them. Because some of them, like some of the setups, I just genuinely stopped tracking because I thought that I wouldn't be able to find a consistent pattern. But now that I've kind of like narrowed some of the other stuff down, I think that I will be able to. Oh, and you have to. No, that's not my address. You are going to pull up to a Deerberg's, which is a grocery store, and a UPS actually. 2717. What are you trading, Chester? Girl, you gonna pull up and be like, why am I at this store? All right. What do we do here? Is this where... Why do I have that? Oh, that is where we changed to a downtrend. Okay, we just traded above it for a minute before we broke down. All right. So I really, I either want to see us break above up here or break 229 on the downside. It's like gonna be the only way I'll be able to take trades. Let me... Oh, that's why. I was trying to figure out why I didn't take this particular setup, but I don't know why. We just keep getting into these areas I can't trade, and then we break out, and then we just do the same thing all over again. You can't run order flow on Renko's. Yes, you can. Who told you that? Order flow on Renko's. No, Chester, are you on? I mean, what instrument are you on? But yeah, top step rules, you can. Here's an order flow chart. I have it condensed. Like, I can look at the numbers inside of the bars, but I just have it condensed because I don't need to look at the numbers inside the bars. I just want... So the gold outline is where the POC is. The only time the numbers show up the way that I have it is if it's an imbalance. I think it has to be more than 50. And then I have the delta on there. So yeah, you could do it, and you could see the profile shows up, which I have to do a better job of looking, because like if I know that I'm looking for something specific, like I need to pay attention to the fact that, hey, the profile is starting, like this bar is starting to get close to this one, which means it can overtake as being the point of control. But yeah, you can trade order flow on Renko's. You got to get an indicator for it, but you could do it. And there's also a setting on that I don't use, where it shows, like, you know, the volume on the side and shows where the point of control is for the day and things like that. I could put that over there too. I just don't, because it doesn't matter to me personally. But all right, we're going to another untradeable area. Oh, maybe we'll push through. I can't take trades if the entry bar touches the middle pivot level down there though, but I still needed to kind of break through where I put that yellow line down there. Yeah, just to show you, you can use the version where you can see the whole table and all of that stuff. I just, like I said, I don't care to use that version because I don't really care about that part. But yeah, you could show the orders on the side like that. But yeah, I use the condensed version where it just puts all of it into one in the profile. And like I said, I just don't have the number showing because I don't care about the number unless it's an imbalance. Not fine, Chester. Not got another sugar parent in here. Girl, you got Janelle, Chester, and Nacho. Stop playing. Majority of Renko bars are ghost bars, therefore a lot of traders in the trades in the Renko didn't happen. That's not true. Who told you that? That's not true. They're not ghost bars. The only thing that's ghost about a Renko candle is the open. It's like a Hikanashi candle where the open is fake, but the closes are real. And any orders that are inside, like the orders are actually there. You can see that price is there and it's moving and the orders are coming in. That's not true. I also had, this will show you, where's the King Rinkos? So there's a different type of Rinkos where you can actually see inside the bar. So even though the closes on the traditional Renko the opens are not real, you have King Rinkos that shows you what's real inside the bar if that's important. I only have it because, like, let's say that I enter, which this happens to me quite often because the entries are kind of precise. So let's say I enter a buy here and I see it just completely go straight and, you know, it doesn't hit my entry. I'll open up this chart or go look at this chart to see, like, oh, well, that's why, because my entry was on this bar. The only time it came back is this little bar right here. There, it pulled back to the entry, but you know, it wasn't enough of a pullback. There weren't enough orders in this bar to fill me as well, which is why it skipped past my orders. But the price action still happens inside of the bar. So whoever told you that false information, tell them to go to hell. Sugar daddy or sugar mama, I don't discriminate. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We keep like coming up and touching this zone over and over. It's like we want to push through it and create an uptrend, but it just keeps rejecting there. And we're like rejecting in the same spot over and over as well. On the downside. We literally just came back and rejected where we just rejected over here. I just wish I didn't have the tech issues that I had earlier, because first of all, if my PA would have copied the first trade, I still don't understand how it didn't copy. I would have gotten the win on that trade. My second trade, and then the second trade didn't get the full win either because for whatever reason, it took profit at $26. Who told you to do that? Well, technically $30. But yeah, that's just dumb. Mm. 13. At this point, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be trying to get into buys. We just gotta break this zone up here. The manner in which it's attempting to push up, unless we rejected this zone again, it looks like it's gonna break the zone. We'll see. Like I said, or we could just reject here again. So we're basically chopping between here and here, and have been since whatever time this is. What is this? 10:20. So we've been kind of chopping in this range for about 13 minutes now. All right, are we gonna push through the yellow line and start trading below? Top step train me to trade. I'm using a combination of things, but primarily the Gaussian MA. I've never heard of that. Oh, the Gaussian. The Gaussian moving average is a technical analysis tool that is used to smooth out price data and identify trends. I didn't even know there was a Gaussian moving average. I know there's like a volume weighted, just a regular volume, exponential. What is the S? Simplified, simple. I never knew there was a Gaussian though. I think there's a Wilders as well. I did not know that. My eyes are starting to hurt. Still, I still technically needed to break here before I could start getting into sales, because that's where my middle half trend changed to a downtrend. And so as we're trading inside of it, hello Danny, welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, thank you for the sub, welcome in, hello. I haven't seen that thing pop up in a minute. Tech technically I could have taken that sale, but I didn't really want to chance it since we are inside this zone, like I said, and that's why I didn't want to take it right there. And also, yeah, oh, I wouldn't have taken it anyway. We had a double bottom middle. I didn't even pay attention to that. Can we just break on either side, please? That would be nice. I want to take at least one more trade, but my goodness. Oh, and the stream elements is working. Let me find out. Come on and push through. And did we have an immediate? We did. Okay. I just literally can't do anything. From basically like here to here is a zone, which is why I needed to break on one of the sides in order for me to trade, because it's considered a consolidation zone, and I don't really, I mean, I guess I could have just traded the touches of each one, the range, but I don't trade like that. Just gotta be patient. But I only got 6 more minutes of patience, then I'm out. They just denied me for improper size. I'm like, what the heck? You have rules for rules and they are unwritten. Apex is dead to me. All right, let's see if we push through. I really need price to break this zone up here, but then we do have the major resistance level up there, so it's no telling how far it'll actually push, and I only got 5 more minutes left anyway, so we have detected a few potential bad actors amidst our community and are taking steps to initiate account reviews. If you are contacted about an account review, please be advised you are not being accused of any wrongdoing. We are just taking the steps we deem necessary to protect the firm. Having said that, in this case, we will perform the following. Number 1, disable your accounts for trading between 5 to 10 trading days. Number 2, perform analysis of your trading, position sizing, etc. Number 3, if no further red flags are detected, your account will be returned to you. 4, if we find abuse of any kind, your accounts will be disabled and you will be banned from FTT. As always, thank you for your unrelenting support. This is the thing about new prop firms. People love new prop firms that barely have any rules. Like, a lot of people love that with FTT, the only thing you have to worry about is the 20% consistency rule. But at some point, like, there are more people becoming profitable and having profitable strategies than before, you know, over time. So when people go to some of these particular prop firms, you know, you're happy because they barely have any rules, but you forget that they're still new, and over time, as they collect more data from the traders, they're going to start implementing more things. If I was a trader at FTT and my account went into review and you're performing analysis of my position sizing, well, what are you doing that for? You don't have any rules regarding position sizing. The only rule that you have is a 20% consistency rule. So why are you looking at my position sizing? It should not matter. As long as I am under 20% consistency, that's all that should matter. And I shouldn't be denied my payout because I didn't follow a rule that you did not have. And somebody said, Scott mentioned position sizing. Is that a new rule? And Scott said, we will let you know. Baby, I can't read that. When I joined Discord, I asked if I can front run large orders on the ES ladder for 1 tick and take 1 tick profit, and I was told that was fine. I hope it stays that way. It would be a shame if that were to change. Scott said it certainly is, but we may institute commissions after 4 payments and not 8. Anyway. Oh, well, thank you, Themba. Yeah, Applejacks. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, we might actually push through, but there's only a minute left, so why did you decide to push through now, market? I'm gonna start starting today actually. I'm gonna start journaling the trades all the way until like 11:30. I know you guys would love for me to stay on the stream an extra 30 minutes, so why not? But I do want to see if my strategy still works until 11:30. I ain't trading past 11:30 though. I ain't going into lunchtime. I ain't doing all that. I actually feel like 10:45, 11 o'clock is kind of like the latest I really want to do it. But for days like today where we just kept trading in a range that I can't trade, well, if it breaks out at 10:45, which it seems to have been doing for the last couple of weeks, it's like literally right after 10:45 the market just breaks and then we just start trading such great price action. Why you ain't do that before I got off the charts? Sorry. But yes, why? I don't understand. Anyway, all right, let's look at the accounts. Why don't we? All right, so I took 2 trades. It only took on one. Well, one of them only took on the leader account. So trade number 1 was not on the follower, and then trade number 2 also won, but for whatever reason my TP was set at 6 ticks instead of 18, and I don't know how, because whatever, but that's just what happened with that one. So overall, a great day. I don't think I missed any trades. I do know I sat out of 1, maybe, if that, maybe 1. But overall, good day. We're green. That's all I care about. My goal by tomorrow is to get the PA back in the positive range, because I'm down about $50, but basically $49 is what I am under 25,000. So it'll be nice to at least be able to go into next week back in the green, but we'll see. I don't know. Should have been today, but whatever, you know. See you, trenches, and thank you, Vanguard. Yep, the constant changing of the rules. If I crash out, all of my friends cash out. I'm done. Yeah, people have to, especially with new firms, just expect that rules are gonna change. It's like how a lot of people love Bulanox, you know, aside from, I think they have the 40% consistency rule, and you know, you can have up to 11 accounts, but you have to start off with a max of 3, and then once you get the 3, do you have to get all 3? I don't know if you have to get all 3 to payout range, or at least 1 or something. You have to add as you get more to payout range or past the buffer. Besides that, and the way that they do payouts, depending on if you are somebody who continues to trade while you are pending or not, you could literally possibly not get as many payouts as you should be able to get. So besides that, people really, really love Bulanox. However, if everybody starts flocking over to Bulanox, they're probably gonna start implementing some extra rules, you know? I think that one of the things that helps Top Step to be able to keep their rules pretty consistent is the fact that they have the scaling plan. So people can't just knock it out of the park right up front and try to drain them for, you know, a substantial amount of money and then possibly end up blowing the account and starting all over. I think that's kind of what helps them. But I just, rules are rules. You need to have them in order to protect your company, and I get that. My only desire is that prop firms to have rules, for them to be completely black and white with no gray area. Because if me and my friend trade the same and we have some of the same entries and things because we're trading the same strategy, and we're both at 32% consistency with Apex, but I get approved and my friend doesn't, just simply because we had two different reviewers, well, that'll piss me off. Because both of us should be approved. But if you just make it black and white 30% and both of us are denied, you can't argue that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with FTT. But I do know that there are people who like, yo, I could literally just trade for one tick at a time and nothing happens, you know? And oh, I can hit the profit target on this particular day, and as long as like I'm with the 20% consistency, I could flip the rest of the days. I mean, that's some of the stuff that was happening with Apex, which is why they implemented the 20% flipping rule. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start coming up with more rules, because at the end of the day, they probably thought that the 20% consistency rule would keep them from some of the schemers and scammers, and bad actors, as he just called them. But that's probably not enough. It's probably not. But anyway, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today, and I thank you guys for tuning in. I am going to go journal and go live the rest of my life for the day. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.